Rain and rivers. Sun, clouds and rainfall. There are several water bodies on the earth's surface. Oceans, rivers, lakes, etc. There is constant evaporation of water from these water bodies. Wherever there is moisture, there is evaporation. When water vapor rises with hot air and reaches high up in the sky, it gets cooled. With the cooling, water vapor is transformed into tiny water droplets. These small drips of water gather to form the clouds. The droplets get together to form bigger drops. As they get heavier, it gets more and more difficult to remain in the air, and so they begin to fall as raindrops. Winds and clouds. On the surface of the ocean, maximum evaporation and cloud formation takes place. Oceans are vast water bodies extending up to thousands of kilometers. As a result, it rains very heavily on the oceans. Clouds also travel inland for thousands of kilometers to bring rains to us. These are two arms of the monsoon winds. One blows from the Arabian Sea and the other from the Bay of Bengal. Rainfall in AP. The southwest monsoon winds reach Andhra Pradesh, but they bring very little rain as most of the moisture in the clouds fall down in rain in western Ghats, and only dry clouds and winds reach Rayalaseema. The southwest monsoon brings much rain to the Telangana district as the winds rise over the eastern Ghats. Southwest monsoon in Andhra Pradesh. The southwest monsoon sets around the beginning of June. The winds carrying the clouds also reach Andhra Pradesh. The southwest monsoon, however, brings much rain to the Telangana district as the winds again rise over the eastern Ghats. In the month from May to October, cyclones form in the Bay of Bengal, causing widespread rain in coastal and inland Andhra Pradesh. Rain caused by rilling storms is called cyclonic rain. The center of the cyclonic storm moves fast with the wind and hits the coastal area, causing heavy rains and winds. Northeast monsoon in Andhra Pradesh. The direction of the winds reverse in the month after October from the Bay of Bengal southwestwards. This causes heavy rains in October to December months in coastal Andhra Pradesh and moderate rains in Rayalaseema and Telangana districts. This is called northeast monsoon or the return monsoon. Rain gauge. An instrument by which the rainfall is measured is known as rain gauge. The amount of rainfall for a unit area is measured in centimeters. Flow of rivers. When water falls on the earth, some of it percolates into the soil, some flows on the surface of the land, and the rest becomes water and mixes with the air. Rivers. Water flows in small streams from the mountain slopes during the rainy season. These streams dry up after some time. Nevertheless, water cuts channels on the mountains. When it rains again, water flows down the same channel. In this way, river courses and river valleys are formed. Transformation of a stream into a broad river. At its source, a river usually is in the form of a thin stream. Many small streams join it. As it flows further, it gets bigger and broader. Rivers or streams which join a large river are called tributaries. As the river becomes bigger and broader, it starts depositing the silt and sand on its bed and banks. This causes the formation of plains. Towards the end of its journey to the sea, river forms a delta. In our state, we have two main deltas of the Godavari and the Krishna rivers. Perennial rivers. Krishna and Godavari are perennial rivers. Rivers that have water in them throughout the year because they start from the western Ghats which receive heavy rains. The rainwater slowly percolates into the ground and flows into the river all through the year. Rivers fed by scanty rains. On the other hand, many of the rivers which start from the dry regions of Rayalaseema fed by scanty rains. Some rivers which start in eastern Ghats too receive only moderate rains and the water flows rapidly into the sea. That is why they go dry during the non-rainy season. Floodplains. A river does not contain the same amount of water all the year around. The river is full during the rainy season. It shrinks during the non-rainy season. The river trough is very wide and it has high banks. This valley is filled with sand and gravel. The rivers flow as a small stream amidst them. Every year when it rains heavily, no permanent trees or plants grow here. This treeless bed is called the floodplain of the river. All major rivers have their floodplains. Floods. Floods have become a major problem in our country during the rainy season in recent years. Vegetation obstructs the speed of its flow and slows down and helps the river water to percolate into the soil. It reduces the erosion of the soil. Rainwater cuts and carries with a lot of topsoil. This soil is deposited on the river bed, which reduces the depth of the river. This results in the reduction of capacity of the river to carry water. Thus, with even a little rain, the rivers are flooded and they overflow their banks, causing damage. Importance of protecting our forests. In the case of Ganga, earlier there was dense forest on the Himalaya and its tributaries originate. In the recent years, forests have been reduced considerably and trees are falling down in a large scale. As a result, every time the rainwater rapidly flows down the slopes of the mountains and fills up the floodplain of the river. The rainwater brings a very large quantity of silt and soil deposited on the riverbed. This results frequent floods which causes heavy damage to life and property along the river. This tells us the importance of protecting our forests and to increase the vegetative cover over other lands. Facing the challenge in cyclones and floods. Formation of cyclones may seem natural over which human beings have no control. The sea coasts are lined with the huts of poor fisher flocks and the lowlands of the village usually inhabited by the slums of the poor. Thus, the disaster affects mostly the poorest people who live there with least resources to defend themselves. Usually, after the flood waters recede, all sources of water are polluted and become unsafe for drinking. But people forced to use the polluted water and face the risk of several diseases like cholera, dysentery, jaundice, etc. Roads are damaged, electric poles and trees are uprooted. Daily wage workers face loss of livelihood. Farmers face loss of crops and damage to their lands. to meet the challenge of disasters like cyclones and floods. Governments are responsible for providing for long-term security for all people by building strong roads which are not easily destroyed. Pakka houses for those living in areas like sea coast or along the rivers or in low lands. Food, water and medical emergency teams should be kept ready whenever there is a forecast of cyclone. Precautions for disaster. During the cyclone, listen to radio or TV weather report can be altered. Do not venture outside, especially into the sea. Close doors and windows and stay indoors. Keep an emergency kit ready at home. These kits should contain input papers, telephone numbers have to be contacted in emergency, some food material, currency. Move to a Pakka building in advance. If cyclone strikes while you are in vehicle, stop and keep away from the seashore. Put sandbags on the toilet bowl and cover all drain holes to prevent sewage backflow. During floods, turn off power. Raise furniture, clothing and electrical items highest. Do not get into water of unknown depth and current. Look out for snakes that may have come out of their holes. Be careful of snakes. Snake bites are common during floods. Use halogen tablets to purify water before drinking. Drink boiled water. Keep your food covered. Use bleaching powder and lime to disinfect the surroundings. If you have to enter flood waters, wear proper protection to your feet. Check the depth with a stick. Do not eat food that has got wet in the flood waters. Stay away from over knee depth water.
మా వీడియో గనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడం మాత్రం మర్చిపోకండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.